Here's another highly asked for series, which is an economy system in Python. So let's go. Okay, here I am in my Visual Studio Code, and this is just the boilerplate code that I've started off with for this series. You can tell that I'm using AIO SQLite for my database, and I'm gonna need all of these. Probably not daytime though, so let's get rid of that. Make sure you have all these installed. You can easily do so by opening up the terminal and just doing pip install and then doing some like next chord AIO SQLite. Make sure you have a comment, or I guess you don't need the comma, and just doing that, and that will satisfy everything, right? It will install everything that you need. So with that out of the way, let's actually get started on the coding. So what we want to first do is we want to connect to a database, because that's what we're going to be building our entire economy system around. So by doing that, I'm going to do await AIO SQLite.connect and then our database name. So in this case, it's going to be bank.db, which is going to be the bank. Now I've already created it right here on the side. You can create it, and there we go. It's not supposed to have anything in it, so don't worry about that. Just make sure you connect to it. Async or await and async IO dot sleep. And the reason we're doing this is we want to make sure that the database is all ready and is connected to before we actually start making changes to it. And then after we have that, we can do async with pod.db.cursor, as now it is connected to the database as cursor, and then we can do await cursor.execute, and then we want to do create table if not exists, and then it's going to be called bank. Now in here we're going to have 4 parameters. It's going to be wallet, which is an integer. It's going to have bank, which is your actual bank, which is also going to be an integer. It's going to be max bank, the max amount that your bank can hold, and yep, that's also going to be an integer. And then lastly, we're going to have user. Now you can add in something like guild if you want to make the currency system different for each guild that you're in or server, but just like most popular bots, I'm just going to do it worldwide. So whichever server you're on, you're going to be accessing the same exact account. And then lastly, what we want to do is we want to await bot.db.commit. Make sure you have 2 M's in this, and that will just commit all the data. You have to include this every time you're adding or changing something in the database, just so you actually keep your data. And we want to do print database already, just to let us know. And there we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to work with 2 functions that we're desperately going to need throughout the series: our create balance and get balance. So I'm going to start off with a create balance, and this will create an account for the user. You create underscore balance and then user. And then if we want here, we can do async with bot.db.cursor as cursor, and then we're going to do cursor.execute, and we're going to create, or not actually create, but insert something into our table. So we're going to do insert into and our database or table name, so bank, and then values. Over here we're just going to do all 4 question marks, because we'll define all these later. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to actually define what's going to be in the question marks. So it's going to be, they're not going to have anything in their wallet. They're going to have 100 coins or whatever your currency you want it to be in their actual bank. Their limit for their bank will be 500, and then the user will be user.id as we passed in over here. And then what we want to do is something like await db.commit, and then we can return just nothing, right? We don't need to return anything because we're just creating something. And so now that we have that, we're going to do async def get balance, and these 2 go hand in hand, and I think you can guess why. Without a balance in place, then you can't actually get it, and vice versa. So basically what I'm going to do here is we're going to actually do await cursor.execute, and we're going to fetch the data this time. Cursor.execute, and we're going to select only what we need. So we're going to do select, and we're going to select the first 3 values. So wallet, bank, max bank, and then from, and then we can name it, so from bank, and we can do where user equals question mark, and then pass in user ID. Just like this. You can also replace this with the star if you'd like, but I'm just trying to convert, make this faster, so we're not going to get everything that we need, or everything that we don't need. Now we're going to create a variable called data. And so inside data here, we're going to have cursor.fetch1. .fetch1, and this will basically fetch our data and store it inside of our data variable as a list. Now, what we want to do is we want to check if data is none. The reason that we do this is because let's say they don't actually have a bank or a balance set in place, then we're not going to actually get anything. So what we can do in that case is we can run this create balance and create them an actual bank, if that made any sense. So we're just going to literally do await create balance and then user. And then what we can do here is we already know when you create a balance what the values are because we hard coded it. So we can return those exact values by just literally copy and pasting it here. Sorry for opening that up. And there we go. So now we have all of that in place. Now what we want to do is we want to actually separate all of our data so we can send it in as different variables. So we're going to do wallet, bank, and then max bank equals data 0, data 1, and data 2. Now you may think that how does this work? What shouldn't it be in different lines? Well, this is just a really short way of doing it. So yeah, less code the better. And then we just want to return all three, which is wallet, bank, and max bank. I already tried adding the return statement here, but it just wouldn't want to work. I really can't control that. But there you go. That's our two actual, I guess, functions that we're going to be mainly using throughout it. We will add more as we need more, and just like to update the balance and all of that. But for now, I think this is a good starting place. Remember, I'm uploading daily, so you should see another tutorial for this quick. If not, it's already out already. So you can test this out with other commands, hook it up, and till next time, go stick out. See ya!